All right, everybody. Excuse me. I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. If you're in the chat, just give me a quick hey, and we're going to start in just a minute. Start turning down the music. Start getting things going. Turn that off. There we go. And just hop into this. Start talking about post effects in just a second. Make sure I've got all my stuff open. Spiffy, what's up, Adam? How you doing, man? Where's the other one? There it is, post effects. Aaron, what's up? How you doing? And this going. Doc. This a little bigger. Cool. So I'm excited. PostFX is out in a public experimental build, so that's what we'll be talking about tonight. I'm gonna hold off another like 3 minutes or so. Start streaming a little bit early, just to try and get the word out. But after I go through this, if you guys have any questions, of course I will be doing Q&A as I normally do. Just hit a quick play on this, make sure this is all ready. As I just said, it is an experimental build, so the likelihood of a crash is probably 50-50. It may happen. So we'll see what happens. I haven't had too many crashes with this. It seems to hold up pretty well with newer scenes and fresh scenes. So if you start with a clean scene, then you're pretty good. If you open up an old scene, it's hit or miss, mostly because you have to go in and adjust some tags and stuff, and I can talk about that too in a little bit. So also apologies if I sound congested and nasally. I've been fighting a head cold because it is back to school season, and now my kids are in the cesspool of school, so please ignore any coughing I may have or nasalness. Kira, what's up? Vitus, hell yeah. Nickname 1718, what's up? So let's see, about 2 minutes. I think I've hit up everywhere that I want to hit up. I'll just throw this into here. Where is it hidden? No, it was right there. Redshift. Boom. All right. I think we've got everywhere. Looking through here. Cool. So I'm going to start simple with just like this post effects, which if you've been seeing me post, this is from like the promo, and just talk about how to make like some quick, simple neon with just some splines that I created in Illustrator and brought into After Effects, or not After Effects, into Cinema 4D. And then I have like a little traffic light scene that I'll talk about as well. And then we can go from there. This is already lighting up a little bit with post effects. There we go. So just do a quick render on this. And so the cool thing about post effects is it is eventually going to be a separate AOV. They're working on that. So when you render it out, you can get regular beauty pass and post effects. And they are talking about how they want to do it, if they want to do it broken out into all these options here. So you can see if you've ever played with Octane or used Octane, there's some similar stuff too. Like we've got bloom in here, some color controls, but each of these has some like really nice details to play with. So I'll go through those too. But the other nice thing is you don't have to re-render your scene with this too. It's been a really long time since I've really dived into Octane, but I remember that used to be a thing. If you were playing with post effects, you would have to re-render the scene every time you'd make an adjustment. So that's kind of nice with this. I don't know if that's been changed in the year that I've been using Redshift, but yeah, so let's go ahead and enable this, and you can see immediately I've already got some stuff turned on, and that's it. We've got post effects already. It's super fast. I'm going to start going through some of these one by one, and yes, turn that down. So right in here, just normal LUT stuff. You can see just really soft LUT applied right there. What's up, Billy? And then we have color controls in here, which you can't really see at the moment. They'll probably come into effect in a little bit after I start adding in some other options. But you can see right in here, you can start to play with exposure and contrast. And it's very Photoshop-like, where you can go into red, green, and blue and break those out as well. I'm just going to go ahead and reset these to default. And then you've got your normal photographic exposure. What's up, Lance? And all the stuff that you get in camera, you now have right here as a post effect. And something I'm going to talk about too is you also get post effects in your camera settings now, which is really awesome. So you can have per camera post effects, which lets you have multiple takes, and they can have different post effects if you want to show a client different iterations of the same thing, or like different camera shots and angles with different kinds of effects applied, which is really awesome. But Steven, what's up, man? So if you're used to using the camera options and having like ISO and f-stop and setting your white point, that's all in here now too. And you can set for allow desaturation, overexposure, and crushing your blacks and all that. That's still in here. The new stuff that comes in besides like color control and LUT, which LUT's not really new, but having it centralized right here, is the bloom, which everybody wants from Octane, and it's finally here. So I'm just going to reset all this to default. So kind of like everything else, like I said, it's like Photoshop where you have thresholds. So we're going to bring this down, and you'll start to see this come in a little bit more, and you can control the softness in here. But to really see that happening, we got to bring up this intensity. So yeah, Lance, these are not, well, they're trying to not bake it into the Beauty Pass. So this is just an experimental build, and they're doing a survey right now to see how people want to do it. A lot of people are saying that they just want a simple post effects AOV, but there's other people that are saying that they want to have a post effects AOV for each one of these things. So for bloom, flare, streak, you would possibly get your own AOV pass for that. But Redshift is really trying hard to not bake it into the Beauty Pass and keep it separate, so that way you can still have a ton of control inside of Fusion or After Effects or Nuke or wherever you're doing your compositing. Do the parameters work with takes when using the same camera? I haven't tried that, Adam. I'll try it in a little bit. If I don't remember by the end of the stream, remind me, and I will try and do that. I imagine it would, because let me just throw a tag on here really quick. Because yeah, they're all normal settings that you can override and animate, right? So I assume that with takes you would be able to override. Yeah, we'll try that in a little bit. So anyway, going back to bloom, this is where you get all your cool bloom stuff. You can control the tint of the bloom too. So say you've got this blue here, but you want to have more control and put like some reds in there. And so this, it kind of goes from dark to light and mids in here too. So if we keep adding some more reds in here, you'll start to see it change over here, and maybe we'll make this one green, and maybe we'll make this one pink. So you can have a lot of control over this. Hey, what's up, Raid? So that's really cool. We get a ton of control right in here, and as everyone's been asking, I'm pretty certain it is not going to be baked into the Beauty, and you'll get a separate pass for that. So there's bloom there. Then we also have flares in here too, so you can get your nice J.J. Abram look and a lot of cool stuff in here. The size of the halo that you want, and the intensity, and chromatic abrasion in here, and then flare size. And the other thing that's cool too, let's see if it will do it, is it definitely reacts to camera placement too. So you can see right in here, it starts to adjust based on where the camera is. Excuse me. So that's really nice to have right in there. Again, you get tints in here, just like you do with your bloom. You can control all this as well. Maybe pull that back a little bit. I'm just going to go overkill with this just so you guys can really see what's happening. And then we have streaks. It's baked for now, but isn't officially out yet. So maybe, yeah. So yeah, that's true. This, like I said in the beginning, this is an experimental build. So it is baked at the moment, and it's really not meant for production. It's meant for experimenting and trying out. Like I said, too, it's a 50-50 chance that we might get a crash with this. So uh, eventually, hopefully, it's not going to be baked into the Beauty Pass. Since not being baked into Beauty are all post effects together in one AWU pass. I don't know yet, Adam. They're still working on it. So if you go to the forums, there's a survey up about how people want to handle this. I guess you can't control the aspect ratio of the flare. I wonder. Let me see if doing anything in here controls that. Because it probably will, because there's aspect ratio right in here. Let's do like 1.05. It does look like kind of. Does look like maybe you can't control the aspect ratio of the flare. That's definitely something that could probably be requested, though. They seem to want to make this the best post effects possible. All right, so streaks. So everybody probably knows what that is if you've ever used After Effects. Let me see if I can get these up a little bit higher. You can see them in there a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I'll try that. Let me. And the flare, we'll bring up the intensity on that. Turn off my streaks for a second. Doesn't look like it's actually doing anything. And I may have just caused a crash. Oh, is it coming back? And it did not like that. Hopefully. It's dying. Sorry guys if I'm getting all choppy. Trying to save the stream. Get task manager open. That way I can kill this. Oh, I did not like the aspect ratio being down to 1. Come on. I don't want my computer to go down. It's because Billy's watching. Almost there. Come on, task manager. Sorry, guys. I knew this was going to happen. There's definitely going to be something that set this off. Come on. It is hating this. Feed froze. No, it's just my computer is killing itself at the moment. Come on. Slowly coming back. I know. Totally divided by 0. Man, I hope you guys can hear me. Yeah, I understand. It's because so much is going on at the moment, and there's the task manager loading up. Come on, just want to kill Cinema 4D. This is really why I need to stream through a second computer, so this doesn't happen. Come on. Oh man, my mouse is hating this. Right there. If I can just click on cinema. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I know. It is not happy for me either. Oh, come on. I really don't want to have to restart my computer in the middle of the stream. All right, come on. Do it. What's up, Kira? As you can probably see, my computer is freezing from this experimental build, and I probably look all weird. All right. I just